Welcome to the spring break edition of Cajon Valley Broadcast. My name is Kendra Magana, Personnel Assistant.
And I'm Courtney Kane, part of the subdesk team. First of all, being part of the subdesk, I would like to give a huge shout out to our substitute teachers. You have all stepped up throughout this crazy past year, and it's really shown that Cajon Valley is a great place to be. We really are here for the students and our community, so thank you all so much.
That's right. A group's resiliency depends on the individuals. And throughout this past year, we really saw just how strong Cajon Valley is as an organization. From teachers to child nutrition, to the warehouse, and to our department, personnel services, this is truly a great place to be.
Before we get into our main content, earlier today, our very own Karen Minshew, Assistant Superintendent of Ed Services, Principal Narelle Winter from Bostonia, Shelley Smith, a teacher from Rios, and Anisha, a student from Bostonia, participated in the National Safe Schools Reopening Summit hosted by the U.S. Department of Education. Here's a quick video of our people presenting to the President, Vice President, First Lady, and others about how we are getting it done.
Greetings, everyone. The safe reopening of schools is one of our nation's top priorities. We all know that getting our children back to school is critical for families, for communities, and for our country as a whole. The work you have done has been heroic. The work you will do at this summit is historic. Thank you again for being here, and I look forward to working with you in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Take care.
Joining us from Cajon Valley are Karen Minshew, the Assistant Superintendent, Shelley Smith, who is a first grade teacher at Rios Computer Science Magnet School, and from Bostonia Language Academy, Principal Narelle Winter, and Anisha Ward, who is a middle school student there. Welcome. We're so thrilled to have you. And I want to jump right in, Karen, with you. In your district, Cajon Valley's prior work on academic and social emotional learning drove a reopening process that was very focused on family and student needs. And I wonder if you could describe that process and what you're now doing in offering social emotional learning experiences and supports.
Of course. Our reopening process is really tied to our district's vision and our commitment to engagement. Before the pandemic and for the last several years, we have been listening to both our internal customers, our staff, and our external customers, our students, family, and community. We actively listen. We track engagement of all of our stakeholders through Gallup. So every year we have a Gallup survey that shows us where we're hitting and missing in terms of engagement of each of these groups. We lean in a little further and learn more about how to improve. So that work was already in place. In order to have happy, engaged kids in our schools, pre or post-pandemic, we need a culture of engaged adults.
Summary of the RIASEC.
So the RIASEC has to do with the way students are organizing themselves to think about the world of work. Is that right?
It absolutely does. And it's so absolutely focused on student interests and what they like to do. And then we take the understanding of our interests, our own personal thoughts of what we like to do, and we connect it with careers that help bridge that gap. So if I picture myself as an artist, but I only know a painter as an artist, I can learn more about other careers. Like first graders, we learn about technical writers. They have to use that creative thinking to write their information and teach other people. So it brings together our own self-interests and the work that we can do when we grow older and make that choice in our career.
Well, it's an honor to be here. As a principal of a Title I school, the past year has been incredibly difficult for our students, our families, and our community. Constant uncertainty, constant changes, constant difficulty. And what we've realized throughout it all is that this has been a year for hope, a year for shifting our mindset with regards to how we approach our number one customer, our students, our families, and our community at large. We have to create relationships. We have to focus everything on the relationship. And the reality is that SEL, social emotional learning, cannot be embedded. It has to be the forefront of what you do. It has to be everything. So what we've taken is a shift in our mindset within the classroom environment. And what we've created is an advisory system. And Bostonia Language Academy is a dual language school, so we shifted the word advisory and we translated to Spanish to consejera, which translated back to English as counselor. And the role of a counselor and advisor is somebody who has deep, connected relationships, not just with the students, but with their families and the community at large. We know our students, we know their strengths, we know their interests, and we know their values, and we deeply care about enabling and supporting students, regardless if they're at school or at home, regardless if they're online or somewhere else. We want to make sure that they know that we care about them and that we're able to build strong relationships with them.
So I want to ask Anisha, who is the main point of all of this, what has been most helpful and useful to you in the way in which the schools have been really working to bring you back and your family connected to this process of school reopening?
Thank you. Something I know for the past year, the pandemic hasn't been easy for anyone, especially for the students and me. I know something that's been supporting us and making us feel more safe and cared about and comfortable is the role of our teachers. Like Mr. Winter said, they're not only our teachers now, they're our counselors, they're our friends. We can go to them, we can talk to them. We have really strong relationships with them, and the communication is really strong there, especially with the parents. And time has been difficult, and they've been helping a lot with that. So.
You know, I want to thank you for the work you've done and the work I know you're going to be doing in the days ahead. We can do this. You know, I said some years ago that these aren't someone else's children, they're all our children. They're the kite strings that lift our national ambitions aloft, and they need that opportunity. They need eye-to-eye contact. They need to be with you in classrooms. It's critically important. I think we can do this. We have to. We have no choice. We can do this. Thank you.
Wow, how neat was that to see us on the national stage, guys?
So awesome.
Incredible.
So our biggest
And best
news for this episode is we are going back to a full-time pre-pandemic schedule after spring break.
Yay! We are so excited to have our students, families, and teachers back. It's been a full year of ever-changing craziness, and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, guys. This announcement was made during the last district update, and since we have garnered some serious media attention for being a leader in bringing students back.
The San Diego Union Tribune wrote, Cajon Valley Union was an outlier, proving early in the pandemic that schools didn't need to have low COVID rates or a high-income student body to open for in-person instruction, becoming one of the first districts in California to bring students back on campus.
On KPVS, Principal Norel Winters from Bostonia said, our students have done an awesome job. He added, if a preschooler can follow through with protocols, then anyone can.
ABC 10 News said the district serves more than 17,000 students in 27 schools in the East County of San Diego. It has consistently been the first public school district in the county to move toward reopening and returning to normal, including becoming the largest county district to get a waiver last fall for in-person education.
It's nice to see the public is noticing what we're doing, our leadership, our board, and everyone. It's pretty awesome. In order to accommodate the increased needs of teachers, we have hired more than 80 teachers since December. I've been part of the onboarding team, and I must say, we continue to add to our all-star team, guys. These new teachers are eager and passionate. Here's a short video of an earlier orientation.
Today we're here welcoming our new educators to Cajon Valley. We really want them to know and understand that across our entire district, our goal is to take care of them, to know them, and to support them so that they're well prepared to support our students at every site we serve.
All I can say is wow. I'm just so thankful to be part of an organization where they really believe in, investing in the hearts and minds of our students and really thinking about like the whole human. And I'm just super thankful that I get to be part of this too.
So our goal is for Cajon Valley to be the very, very best place to work. And in order to do that, we know that we need to support our new teachers. You know, transitioning to a new environment and new schools, new people, new kids. And we want to make sure that we have the support in place so they feel comfortable, they know that they have resources they can go through, and really to build those relationships with other staff members, because we want them to be lifelong employees here in Cajon Valley, and we know this is the first step in them being able to achieve that goal.
I've been teaching for 14 years, primarily mostly in private and charter schools. This is my first time joining a district, which I've been very excited about, especially Cajon Valley, because of all the innovative ways and things that they're doing, especially the world of work, I think is very important. So it's been a really dream of mine that's come true.
As a Cajon Valley team member, finding teachers that live and breathe our mission and vision and put our students and everything we know they need to be successful first is the most important thing. And I want to mention that not only as the person tasked with this at our district level in my current position, but as a parent in our district. I am proud to recruit these amazing colleagues. There's no better feeling.
I truly feel like I belong here. When they say that you're valued, you feel that you're valued. And when they say that you are talented and you're chosen to be part of here, you really, truly internalize that. And we're able to convey that idea to our students. I think that's even more powerful because we believe it, and so we can actually do it.
I mean, my husband texted me in the middle of this going, like, how's it going? And I was like, I texted him back, I'm really happy. Like, that's what I said. I said, I'm really happy. It's a scary move coming like in the middle of the year, but I can see a future with my life here, and I feel supported in that.
I'm super excited for the staff that came today. I'm hoping that they feel inspired and supported and know that they have a team behind them, because they're going to go out there and they are going to absolutely rock it for our students.
What a great video. I loved when that new teacher said that she truly felt like she belonged here at Cajon Valley.
Yes, same. Well, something else awesome happened a couple of weekends ago. Cajon Valley partnered up with medical department of the Sycuan tribe and held a COVID-19 vaccine clinic right here.
Yes, we had over 120 volunteers, including staff, PTA, and other groups. The Sycuan medical staff administered over 570 vaccines.
That's so much, yeah.
Here's a short video.
We're out here in collaboration with Cajon Valley School District and providing COVID vaccines. You know, I think it's really important that we do what we can to get the health of the people back. And now that we have the immunizations and the ability to get the workforce back so that we can get the kids back into school, you know, I think it's more than important that we have to take advantage of that.
I'm ready to get back in the classroom with my kids. I work in the extended day program at Montgomery Middle School, and extended day has actually been open since last April, so I feel very relieved to finally be able to get the vaccine. Well, I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel now.
I feel great, like a wave of relief washing over me, and you know what? Just really excited for brighter days ahead for everyone.
Our team nobody said, oh, I don't want to do it. Everybody's like, what can I do? When do we get there? How much can we do? This is what we can do to get beyond what COVID has done. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope that people find some calm in the attempt to be proactive in a safe way, in a group way, in a community way, to tackle what this virus has done to our lives. And if this small little step helps with that, then we've done our part.
That's it. And Anya, you are good.
Thank you.
No problem. It's been a pleasure to be able to do this for everyone. You just see how people are just so genuine and stuff, and like they're so thankful that we were coming out here and stuff and getting them vaccinated and stuff to try to help get some type of normal back into life. I've had a few patients today who I've gave it to, and they're in tears because they are just so happy and stuff to be able to finally get this vaccine and be able to at least hopefully soon get their second one and be able to visit their families again, or be able to hug a loved one and just be around one. That's the warmth I get and stuff, everything. Just knowing that soon they will be able to be with family members again, and that's what brings me happiness about this.
It really means a lot for our staff, our students, our families to have an event like this to come together. It really shows what the community is willing to do and how excited that they are to do whatever we can to get our kids back together and to get us back together.
We just express huge appreciation to Sycuan for their generosity in making this event happen for our employees. We're working really hard to get our kids back at school on a full 5-day schedule, and employees having the vaccine is a big part of that, and it's certainly going to boost their confidence to be there for our kids and our families, and we just really appreciate Sycuan for putting this together with us.
I mean, I'm just happy that myself and my team and our tribal council has allowed us to come out and provide this service. I mean, normally we're a very small clinic. I mean, we're about 4,000 patients strong. And to have, the ability to see, people face to face out here in the community on a Saturday in the sun, I mean, is really great. It's awesome to be a part of.
What a great day for us. And Sycuan, what a great community partner.
Yes, thank you, Sycuan, for your generosity. This really gave us hope and confidence as we move towards our pre-pandemic scheduling. If you got your first shot during the March 13th clinic, please remember your second shot is coming up on April 3rd. Instructions will be forthcoming to your email.
This brings us to the end of our broadcast. We want to thank all of you, parents, teachers, staff, everyone, for your support and hard work as we continue to navigate this pandemic. And parents, additional information regarding the reopening will come from your individual school as it becomes available.
Please have a great and safe spring break, and we look forward to welcoming everyone back on campus very soon. Bye.
Bye.